that world look like?
If consciousness and thought can affect something at a distance, and at a very great distance, even many miles or thousands of miles away, instantaneously, what does that mean for us communicating with a civilization that is centered in the science of consciousness? And that is their chief operating system. It's not electromagnetic. They use it, but it's beyond that. So now add to everything we know about the internet and communications and telecom, and then add a deeper level of trans-dimensional physics that involve electronic devices very clearly picking up intended coherent thought. That's what you're dealing with. It's like Dr. John's random number generator experiment on a cosmic scale, but at a level of perfection where there's precision with the thought that you project to it, its reception, and then its activity. Interstellar civilizations are using consciousness-assisting technologies and technologies that assist their own consciousness, both, in all their travel and communication systems. The central operating system for any interstellar competent civilization is the science of consciousness and all the physics that go with that.
We can see an early example of consciousness technology in the Mind Lamp, developed by Celeron. This prototype integrates a random number generator into a color-changing light. Think of a color, and the lamp turns that color.
Well, that's what I actually was doing. First, I was doing sunset.
Oh, cool.
This basic interface between mind and machine points to a deep interconnection between all things that science is only beginning to recognize.
It's the means for us as a civilization to be anchored in something more profound than the superficial aspects of being, say, human. Because humanism isn't enough, because we're dealing with non-human life forms. Now we have to transcend even humanism and our common humanity into this idea that there has to be something more universal within us that's also within these extraterrestrial civilizations that bind us together. And luckily there is. It's this field of consciousness that is cosmic and universal. And that's what's inside everyone. It doesn't matter if it's a homeless person on the street or an MIT professor. If they are conscious and awake, the entirety of the cosmos is folded within them like a conscious quantum hologram, because consciousness isn't limited by space and time. People say, where do I have to go? Well, first you have to go within yourself, but you have to understand what yourself is. And there's your individual ego and self, but there's this deeper aspect of ourselves that is simultaneously interwoven. And when we go deep in meditation and connect to that, then we have reached the point that we can be an ambassador to the universe, because we have become universal.
In our time, this search for extraterrestrial life will eventually change our laws, our religions, our philosophies, our arts, our recreations, as well as our sciences. Space, the mirror, waits for life to come look for itself there. Ray Bradbury.
Once this question mark is introduced into your brain, you start searching out answers. It was like the kind of the Dreyfus character in Close Encounters. You want to know what's really behind the screen. And because we're not being told this, and we do have the ability to change life for the better on this planet, but we're being suppressed and we're being stopped from doing it for a variety of reasons, most of which are greed motivated. So we went out to Oracle, and sure enough, we did these protocols and we got into meditation, which is something I want to learn about more. And, things started to appear.